Hi, Cozy Adventures. I wanted to open up December looking at commodity fragrances. I ended November looking at Commodity Milk and Commodity Milk Orchid, and I also have Commodity Juice and Commodity Book. So I want to process through all of those because I think I want to give my sister Commodity Book. She's a writer, for a holiday present. So I want to, yeah, really get to test this out myself first. Or I might give her like half of the sample of it. Not sure. So let me start with Commodity Book. I already have some other things on my skin, so I don't know. How well I can. Let's see, I think my wrist is good. Commodity Milk. So just smelling the bottle, I smell that like, it's almost kind of watery, kind of neutral smell, like air or water. That's probably also paper. And I smell a lot of woods in the fragrance. And maybe a little bit of like evergreens. I'll have to look up the notes, but those are my first impressions. And I'll have to check back in about the dry down. But I kind of like it. I hope it doesn't end up having the amber smell that Commodity Milk and Commodity Milk Bold have. That bothers me. Because it'd be kind of fun to have this as a fragrance that I could use every so often. To have a like it's neither sweet nor not sweet. It's like a neutral smell, which is really fun. And then Commodity Juice. Let's see. Let's do wrist for this one too. Smells like fruity alcohol immediately. Hi, Cozy Adventures. This week for my videos, I'm wearing my Junicorn shirt because Hanukkah is coming up. It's going to be before Christmas, well before Christmas this year, in a couple weeks. And my family is long distance, so I have to get all the gifts ready and sent for our family Zoom over Hanukkah. And we do Hanukkah and Christmas and Kwanzaa. My boyfriend is Black, and so we get lots of holidays. And I tend to the witchy side, so solstice too, the winter solstice. So I want to give you the lowdown on my experiences with Commodity through the whole dry down. The first thing I'll say, is that Commodity Milk is not for me. I really like the smell of the regular Commodity Milk Expressive. It has a little bit of sort of Bianco latte-ish, milky, tonka coumarin-ness to it that I love, and with a little ambery spice. And the Commodity Milk Bold is more heavy on the amber and the woods, and a little bit darker, stronger smelling, less sweet. And they both have this particular amber, I think it is, dry down that is really dry and kind of dark and a little dank smelling to me, that I just don't like. It's like a deep dry down, like it just stays after everything else goes away, and there's no sweetness, there's no anything, there's just this kind of musty spiciness left over that I associate with being kind of masculine too. I think it's part of why it doesn't feel like I like it on my skin. And so some of the Bath and Body Works that I've tried have that in their amber note, and I don't like that. And yeah, it's just a bummer because I like a lot of these kind of fragrances that just have a particular kind of amber note that doesn't work for me. So no Commodity Milk for me. Commodity Juice has that same deep dry down. It has the amber that I don't like. So no to that one. Otherwise, it's just kind of fruity, juicy. It's a little bit Bath and Body Works fruity, but more tart at the beginning. And Commodity Book, I actually really love. Yay, I found a new love. So continuing on with my one new love that I found exploring commodity fragrances, and that's Book. And it is, to me, to my nose and on my skin, a truly neutral smell. It does not smell sweet, but it also does not smell not sweet. And it has a little bit of an aquatic smell to me, like rain outside the New York Public Library, and then going inside, but still having that kind of air around, in Bryant Park. I can really smell the inspiration for this, and I don't know if I subconsciously had caught that it's supposed to kind of encapsulate the feeling of the New York Public Library, and just didn't realize it and just started imagining that because I saw it before I recognized that I saw it in the description, or if it really just smelled like Bryant Park and Public Library to me and I was getting that imagery on my own. But that's a really beloved area for me. I lived and worked there for many years, or like around there, and was going through there all the time. And yeah, I just kind of really love this. So I think I'm going to give the sample in this cute container to my sister, who's a writer, for a gift. And I am probably going to purchase a larger bottle of it for myself. And for my loved ones, I'm going to have fun picking out a few fragrance samples for each one, because I'm not going to assume they're going to like it, because it is so subjective and it matters how it is on the skin, and different people have different sensitivities to things. So I'm just going to give them very small samples of a few different carefully picked out fragrances for them to have a fun experience. And so I'm looking forward to doing that for all my loved ones, and I'll probably keep talking about it in these videos in the next few weeks. And then there's one more commodity fragrance that I tried, which is the Commodity Milk Orchid that a lot of people are loving. It is a kind of floral, milky, sweet smell, but it also has that dry down that is a ambery kind of, to my nose and on my skin, like a stale, not sweet spice that's left over after all the other scent has left, that I really don't like to have on my clothes or on my skin. So that's also a no for me, but I know a lot of people love it. It is a really pretty fragrance. Hi, Cozy Adventures. I realized I should tell you what Book smells like, besides that I smell some wateriness at the beginning. The wateriness is kind of like rainwater, but kind of like just air, like maybe ozonic, and aromatic, and also just kind of like Book, an old Book, but somehow in a clean way instead of a musty way. So if you could imagine opening a book and really smelling inside the paper, you get this sort of neutral, aromatic smell that, if you can imagine a musty old book smell but make it clean, that's kind of what a lot of the smell is. It also has notes, I think it says, of velvet and Does it say leather? No, but woods. So you think of like an old library and the heavy dark woods and velvet on some old chairs, and it's got a little bit of freshness that I smelled of, like evergreen. It has eucalyptus in it. I think that's part of what makes the aromatic smell. It's a little bit musky. It has sandalwood. That's probably the little bit sweet that makes it not sweet for me. That makes it palatable for me, because there's no other sweet smell in it. There's bergamot, so a little bit of brightness, and there's amber, but it's not the kind, or not enough to sort of stick around on my skin or on my clothes in a way that I don't like. So yeah, big fan. I think it's my first in my fragrance journey of finding something that is decidedly not at all sweet or gourmand, that I feel like I have something in my eye, but it's probably just the sun. I didn't sleep very well last night. It's my nap time. Yeah, so it's not sweet or gourmand or anything that's like a certain recognizable, edible kind of thing. It is a whole fun experience. I guess some of the Michel Almerac fragrances are not edible, and Tom Ford that I love, but they have a little more, they have like some vanilla in them. They have some sort of grounding, sexy sweetness going on, and this just feels lovely and neutral, and like it brings back a place and time I love. Hi Cozy Adventures. I am in the middle of making a big mess because I am getting stuff out to start making my gifts for people. So I've been decanting different perfumes for people all morning, and now it's like 3 o'clock and I still haven't had breakfast because I got hyper focused on it. But I wanted to open with you this box, do a little unboxing from Lush, because I'm going to be giving little samples of some of this stuff away to my loved ones. Hopefully you weren't watching this and got excited for a second and thought I was going to say samples away to you. Not yet. I only have a few subscribers. And for those of you who have subscribed, thank you. That's really lovely, and it helps encourage me to keep doing this, which is fun. So I saw on Lush that they had, aw, cute, Hanukkah products. So this is one that you crumble in your bath. It's the Shamas. Oh, I should have looked up before I started this, the scents of everything. I think this is a spicy citrus scent, which is my sister's favorite smell profile. So, but I'm just going to send a little bit of it to her because I want to send a little petite package with different samples of things. So I'll take a picture of the whole thing and then give some to her. Oh, now I'm like smearing it on my face. It's sparkling gold. Some to her and some to my sister. Or some to my sister, some to my bestie, Joy, and maybe a couple other people to share the flame, the miracle of light. So there's that. And there's a lot of probably very environmentally friendly. Oh, I don't see anything on this part. All right, I'm glad you can't see in the rest of my space, but there's just stuff everywhere because it's one of those things that in order for things to get less chaotic, they have to get more chaotic first, because you have to put everything out so you can see it. This is actually a gift for my boyfriend, because he is a sweet bear. And this is a bear soap. Oh, it smells really nice. Here we go. This is an aroma and bath melt, another Hanukkah thing, with I think little Hebrew letters. Or no, it just says Lush Melt on it. And this is sandalwood. So I was thinking for my sister's partner who likes woody, but I think my sister also likes woody, so they could share it, but you take off pieces of it and put it in your bath. Shamas might be a scrub and not a bath melt. I'm not sure. I'll have to look at the Shamas. And Posh Chocolate. So that they're doing a Hanukkah theme where they have Sufanyot, the jelly donuts that a lot of people eat on Hanukkah to celebrate the miracle of oil, and chocolate, Posh Chocolate body wash. So this is a scrub and this is a body wash. The chocolate is to represent the chocolate coins that we use for dreidel a lot of the time. Ooh, that actually smells really good. A lot of chocolate products don't actually smell that chocolatey, but this smells like I'm smelling brownie batter or something. So I think that's it. That's the whole haul, but I wanted to share it with you because I was excited to open up the site and see these Hanukkah products, because there's often not as much stuff for the Hanukkah part of Happy Holidays. And they all smell really good, so I recommend. Oh, did I smell this yet? I mostly smell raspberry. I smell raspberry and a little bit of baked goods smell. But I imagine using it, get a lot more out of it. But yeah, I want to put some of this in little, I got these little containers to put bits and pieces of different lotions and potions in for loved ones to sample. So yeah, that's my Lush Hanukkah contribution. I don't see where right now, but I was gonna kind of re-show what I've gotten from Lush so far. It's Sleepy and Sleepy Bear body washes I got. Those are also holiday gifts, and they're lavendery and comforting. And the bear one is for my boyfriend. And hopefully he's not watching these. I don't think he is though. And what else? And the Sticky Dates body wash and lotion. I think that's everything so far. Oh, I got Sticky Dates I love. If you haven't seen my videos on that, I really love that, plus Cheirosa 59. It makes a really comforting layered smell for me, and that I think is also really pretty and kind of sexy. And I got a Snow Fairy secondhand from Mercari. I got a Lush's Snow Fairy body wash or body oil or something like that. So something moisturizing, and I liked the way that smelled. So I could see that some people were like, I don't really like this, or this smells like too young, or this smells too fruity, or it doesn't smell holiday. But it does smell like a little fairy, like a little holiday sugar plum fairy to me, and I like it. Hi, Cozy Adventures. My voice is kind of weak today, and you might be able to see my eyes are watery and blurry, and I just overdid it yesterday. I had a birthday and holiday party with friends where we dressed up in costumes, and I just really did a lot too much for my chronic illness stuff. I like overestimated or underestimated how much activity would be involved. The party, it was a murder mystery party, and I was the murderer, it turned out. But I wanted to pop on here because it is the last day of like all the big sales, like the Cyber Monday sale, and I realized that 2 of the Milk and Bath and Body Works body spray fragrances that I didn't think I liked that much, I kind of rated low, actually smell really good together and are a perfect Hanukkah fragrance. And that is Cinnamon Sugar Pretzel Cookie and Raspberry Holiday Pie Bar. And the Cinnamon Sugar Pretzel Cookie, to me and to a lot of other reviewers, doesn't smell like a cookie. It smells like one of those thick, soft mall pretzels that covered in like butter and cinnamon and sugar. So it has some savoriness under the sugar, a sort of like fried smell of that oily butter and a little bit of salt along with the cinnamon and sugar. So to me, that can totally represent donut smell. And a lot of people eat Spangyot donuts for Hanukkah. So this is a good donut smell. And then the Raspberry Holiday Pie Bar brings the raspberry jam. And so I wouldn't spray them right on top of each other because then the smells get muddled. But if you spray a little bit on one place and a little bit on another place on your body, and you want to smell like food, like photorealistic food treats, I think that really makes a perfect, fun Hanukkah fragrance. So I think that the sale today is 40% off of the whole store. So if you don't have these fragrances yet and you want to smell like Hanukkah treats, that is a fun option. Also, if you have Artisan Ethnique by Lattafa, that is also very donut-y to me. So if you have that and then something that's got a jammy raspberry, you can try those two together too and get also sort of a cinnamon sugar donut smell with raspberry. Hi, Cozy Adventures. I don't know if you can see behind me, but it snowed today. It's the first like real snow sticking day of the year in upstate New York and Hudson Valley. It's very pretty. And I have the day off mostly. I'm working in the evening. But I'm just enjoying catching up on some adulting things and just looking out the windows and seeing pretty snow and drinking cozy warm beverage. This is a very weak coffee because I have a weak tummy. Weak coffee with almond nog in it and some extra nutmeg. And it's a super cozy beverage. And I wanted to go through a few fragrances that I've been trying out that are great for getting into the wintry time period. I'm going to be doing a bunch of things that are like angel share related, and I think I'm going to do them like a different one almost every day leading up, like between Hanukkah and Christmas. I'll do one or two, probably two every day, and that'll just be a thing that I'll do. It'll be my version of Vlogmas or Vlogica. But today I wanted to talk about a few cozy beverage scents that I have. Two of them are Dossier. There's a Winter Kiss and a Golden Rum and Amber, and I bought them from someone on Mercari, so they were blind buy. And neither of them smelled like what I expected either of them to smell like. Golden Rum and Amber, it's because I didn't know that the note cade wood is a burnt wood, so it's got a very smoky burnt wood smell that for me is a little too dark and smoky and what I consider masculine, although I don't think that smoky means masculine. It just, I need to find another word that's not masculine to be what I mean. But I revisited it today and still feel that way, but realized, oh, this is perfect for my friend Chris, so I'm gonna give this to him. I've been giving him it was his birthday this last week too, or it's this week. And I'm giving him little samples that are speakeasy style. So Dossier, Golden Rum and Amber, and Winter Kiss. I was just saying Golden Rum and Amber, it is what it says it is. It's a kind of spicy, rummy, woody scent. And the wood is just so smoky that takes over for me. I think for people who love By the Fireplace and wish that the smoky fireplace smell lasted through the whole wear, like if it starts getting really sweet and you're like, oh, I want it to stay smoky, you could add this and you'd probably love that. So for someone who wants to stay smoky smelling, I think like a smoked wood and cozy at the same time, this plus By the Fireplace would probably be really nice for you. And then Winter Kiss is a hot cocoa smelling thing with spices and ambery notes. So I think because it has ambery notes, it's not just warming spices that you would eat. It doesn't quite feel edible like a hot cocoa, but if you use your imagination, you can think, oh, it does have like Mexican hot chocolate kind of smell, but yeah, it has more of that ambery spice sweetness that's not quite edible smelling too. But it is cozy. I wanted it to just straight up smell like a spicy hot chocolate, and it doesn't quite smell like that, but it is kind of a powdery, milky, cocoa, spicy, and ambery scent. And I figured out to make it more hot chocolatey for myself, I could layer the EOS Cocoa Cashmere and the Cocoa Cashmere body spray and a little bit of Choco Musk by Al Rahab, and then spray this on top. And then I get more of a straight up like Mexican hot chocolate smell with a little bit of doll head sweetness that Choco Musk provides, that sort of powdery doll head vanilla cocoa smell. Yeah, but all of that combined together does make for a lovely cozy scent. So I think that I'll probably be keeping this one. I was gonna sell it, but I do like it layered with all this stuff, and I don't have anything that's cocoa forward that is a favorite holiday scent yet, so I think I'm gonna keep that for now. And then I already talked about it, but in case you didn't see that video, which is likely, I have this perfume oil from Sweet Essentials. It's a pumpkin pie perfume oil. I think they have some other sort of pumpkin spicy scents that would work too, and it's a pretty mild, like very not harsh spicy smell of pumpkin spice, very sweet, no grounding kind of woods in it or coffee or anything. So I layer that with Mancera's Amore Cafe, and that to me is like the perfect gentle pumpkin spice latte smell. And I think Amore Cafe might have a little bit of cocoa in it too. And I just really love how with both of these, they're a very not harsh version of themselves. Like the spice is very gentle and well blended, and the Amore Cafe is also, the coffee in it is not coffee, it's definitely cappuccino. There's no actual coffee bean smell. It's all milky and sweet. And not milky like a heavy dairy milk, but just like milky, like creamy and sweet. So that's my favorite coffee cozy smell for the winter. And then I tried some tea scents, and I maybe should wait because I think I got a sample, have a sample coming of, what is it called? It's the one that people say Lattafa's Liam Gray is schmooping. I can't remember what it's called, but Liam Gray is a beautiful Earl Grey smelling, tea smelling vanilla. Like it ends up being pretty vanillic, dry down on me at least. And I was surprised because people talk about it being masculine, and I just don't really understand what masculine means when it's a very sweet smell. But I guess it's a little bit smoky because of the tea smoke smell, but I really liked it. I'm just kind of allergic to Lattafa, but if I wasn't, I'd be wearing that a lot. I tried Elizabeth Arden Green Tea Coconut Breeze, and the coconut part of it just sweetens it up for me and makes it a very wearable green tea smell. It also is slightly soapy compared to what I normally would wear. It's not totally edible smelling, but that's really nice. Sniff's Gentle Reminder has ube and it has tea and milk, and it totally smells purple, like a cozy purple smell. So my last 3 tea scents that I have with me that I've tried are Sniff's Gentle Reminder, and I think I am a little bit allergic to Sniff, unfortunately, even though I really like this scent. It's got ube and tea and a milkiness, and it smells like you're drinking not lavender like the flower, but the color. This cozy, purpley, lavendery smelling scent. And yeah, I really like it, but I think my skin reacted to it a little bit. I can't remember what happened. I think it made my skin a little itchy. And Brown Girl Jane High Tea and Blue Madeleine by Atelier de something. Both of these have madeleines, I think, as part of their scent, or high tea might be macarons. I can't remember. High tea is very sweet. I almost didn't get enough tea from it because it was so sweet. So I think I actually prefer Blue Madeleine, which is more tea, a little smokier kind of tea, but also with the sweetness. But maybe they'd be yummy like both layered or like on different parts of the body. If you want little pockets of extra sweetness wafting up, you can add high tea and also Blue Madeleine. So those are my cozy beverage scents so far. I also have I have just a shit ton of spicy alcohol, boozy. I always end up saying alcoholic in videos, and I don't want to be saying alcoholic. Spicy, boozy scents. A few of them don't have booze, but most of them have some sort of booze element. Some of them are more and some of them are less related to Angel Share, and I will start getting into all those soon. So hear me out. I think Baccarat Rouge 540 is a great Hanukkah fragrance. And my reasoning is that it has some element to it that sometimes smells to some of us like French fries. And I didn't get it at first when I first smelled Baccarat and various schmoops. But then at some point when I was really testing them, I got a waft, and it's usually if it's in like right in my chest or like in my elbow, so it gets like extra warm and a little bit, I guess, like skin oil mixes with skin oils, and then I might smell a little bit of that French fry smell, like people say specifically McDonald's French fries. So there's something kind of sweet, savory, oily to it. And I think that that is perfect for Hanukkah, because Hanukkah is celebrating oil, the miracle of oil, and we make potato latkes. And even though Baccarat has no onion or dill like scents to it. It does have that savory, oily, saffron-y smell, and it has a sweet smell that one could use their imagination, a sweet and a sort of spicy ambery smell that one could use their imagination and think of donuts. So I think that it's a good latke and donuts scent. And I think the one that, not the one that's most, between Baccarat Rouge 540 and the Extrait, which I have a bottle of Extrait now, which is so cool, that I got secondhand, and it's such a beautiful box. It makes me feel so fancy, and it felt so nice to spray from a big bottle and get more of the kind of diffuse spray that it's meant to have. So that's really pretty. So this one, I think if you want to go more to the donutty side, you could do the Extrait, because it's, to me, it's sweeter. Not through the whole wear, but I think that the regular Baccarat is very sweet at the beginning, but then it goes through more savory time periods of itself. Finery, the New Rouge works, and I don't know what I did with it, but the Dossier Ambery Saffron, is that what it is? I think that's what it is. Yeah, that's it. That one does it really well. There are some of the schmoops that don't really do the proper latke smell. But those three will work great for you if you want to try it. Well, we're here and it's a snow day and we're getting cozy, and I'm catching up with some of the fragrances I've been testing. Let's do the lemony cakey ones, the Devotion and Related that I have. So I have a tiny little dabber of Devotion. I don't know where you can see it best. And yeah, I really like it. It, depending on like how I'm feeling, sometimes the initial lemon can smell a little harsh and cleaner like, but only a tiny little bit. And it still smells like some version of cleaner that's not industrial style. It's like some yummy sweet lemon cleaner, like a spray cleaner. Just like at first a little bit of a note, and I think it just has to start that fresh to kind of stay lemony the whole time you wear it. Yeah, but it is just this cozy lemon. I guess it's kind of cakey. What does it say it is? Like panna cotta or something? Yeah, it smells more like a creamy dessert maybe with lemon and maybe some brown sugary kind of stuff. I'm not sure. It's all one note. You're not smelling like this and that and this and that. It's very smoothly blended. But I really like it. So I tried Lattafa's Victoria, and I'm allergic to Lattafa, so I can't really use it without it causing me some trouble. But it smells very similar to Devotion. I think it's a very close dupe. It, I think, starts the least brightly lemon, so you don't get any stage of it, I think, that has any harshness at all. So much so that when I first smelled it, I remember being like, that's lemon? I mean, I can smell it now, but yeah, I was expecting like a much brighter lemony smell when I first smelled it from the way that people were talking about it in lemon meringue pie. But I'm also vegan. I've never had lemon meringue pie. So maybe it totally smells like how lemon meringue pie is. So yeah, I think that's a great dupe. And then also in this category is Delicious Bouquet by Afnan, and it has the brightest lemon. It's brighter, more like a cleanser than Devotion, but a little less than Victoria. Does that make sense? Brighter than Victoria. Oh no, Devotion's the least. So Delicious Bouquet is the brightest lemon, and it stays brighter, I think, for quite a while. I ended up giving a little sample to my friend Joy, who likes a bright lemon fragrance. She's kind of a nice person to share fragrances with if she wants them, because a lot of the ones that are too bright for me, because the really bright smells end up making my sinuses feel yucky. So I don't tend to like them, and they so easily smell like detergent-y to me, which I don't like. I don't want to smell like detergent or soap, generally. So yeah, this smells like the detergent-y, soapy version, brighter lemon version of Devotion. It doesn't smell bad, it just smells like that. It smells like, you know, like a lemon dish soap, or lemon pledge, and it smells like a yummy dessert. You know, it doesn't just smell like that, but the lemon in it smells like that to me. And then I have two that are further away from Devotion, but still are these sweet lemon fragrances. One is the Schmoop of Hufflepuff, Giggle Puff. And that one smells very cakey from the beginning. It also has peach, so it's not as like identifiably lemon to me. Like, I was like, oh, does it sort of smell like orange? Because this peach kind of sweetens it up. And it smells like cake to me. And when everything else had dried down and I stopped smelling them, that one actually sweetened up even more, and I smelled this like cakey vanilla for like the rest of the day. So it has a really good wear time as far as like having a cakey vanilla that's left even after the citrus leaves. So that's Giggle Puff. And Empire Victor is a little more delicate sweet lemon cakey smell that I love and recommend. Okay, so before I go for the week, in preparation for Hanukkah, I'm going to give a few awards. I'll say lemon cake reminds me of my Gaga, my Jewish grandma. She would make a lemon poppy seed cake, and I think that's the only time I ever really got to have lemon poppy seed cake is when she made it. So it's very like a Jewish grandma kind of smell to me. So for the lemon cake award, I'm gonna give it to, well, I'll give a top three. I'll do Devotion, the original. It's such a nicely blended, comforting lemon dessert smell that does not have a harsh lemon. I'll give it to Giggle Puff for its deep dry down of like a cakey vanilla that is strong and lasts forever. So it does start with citrus. It starts with lemon and peach smell with the cakey smell, and then later in the dry down those kind of fade, but it stays, the cakey smell stays, and that's really nice to have. Something that lasts. Like maybe I would layer with this and some Devotion, knowing that the Devotion would fade off and this would keep me smelling sweet a lot longer. And then Empire Victor, I think, is my favorite sweet lemony fragrance that I've smelled so far, and it's Codlage. I'm less allergic to Codlage than I am Lattafa's, but Codlage too is just like the things that make these fragrances stay on your skin for a long time and really nice and strong also makes me allergic to them. So that's a bummer. But Empire Victor I had as one of my favorites for a Pretty Princess birthday perfume, because it gave me this sort of delicate birthday cake vibe, like this delicate lemony princessy birthday cake vibe. Not that it smells like birthday cake, but it has a cakey smell that added on to my whole birthday routine that I was doing. But it's very pretty. It also reminds me of, what's the Kayali's wedding silk santal. It feels like it's a relative of, not at all a schmoop of, but a relative of. And then the Love Shack Fancy Secret Crush, it also feels like they're all related. So that's Empire Victor. So those are my lemon awards. Hi, Cozy Adventures. I want to finish up this week exploring a few fragrances that make me smell like hot or warm apple pie, but without the super spicy boozy elements that like an Angel Share or any of the Angel Share inspired fragrances do. So if you're someone who likes a gourmand, likes it sweet, but you don't like the really heavy spices and or the cognac or brandy or heavy liquor smells, boozy smells, then this one is for you. So what I was trying today was Vue Patisserie by Paris Corner on this hand, and Noble 1942's La Danza del Libellule. I don't know how to say that right, but I'll write it in the description. I'll post a picture of it. That's on the other hand. And both of them are like apple pastry smells. The La Danza one has more vanilla going on, but definitely a bright apple. And I don't think in the notes it says anything that would make you think pastry, but it does smell like pastry, like a bakery, French bakery pastry with apple in it, with like a bright fresh apple cooked into it. And Vue Patisserie, I think at this point it's less bright, but both of them feel really similar to me. Vue Patisserie maybe has some more spice to it. I think at some point in the dry down, I could smell a little bit spicier smell, but that's calmed down again. And they go really well together too. I saw some people say that they thought the Noble 1942 La Danza fragrance smelled to them like apple shampoo. And I'm someone that's pretty sensitive to that, to things smelling soapy or shampoo-y. And I'd say if it did, it would be one that really smells strongly like apple and not like soap. But I can imagine if you grew up with like a childhood very sweet apple shampoo, it could be familiar in that way. But definitely with this pastry and vanilla background. And the apple in the Vue Patisserie is similar, but I think it sticks out a little bit less. Like the pastry smells a little stronger on this one. So yeah, these plus what I added makes a perfect apple pie smell for those like not crazy spicy, like most American apple pie is not super spiced and not boozy. It's a lighter apple smell with little touches of spice. So I added on this arm some Poesi Village Bakery. And they say the notes are milk and bread, like a Japanese milk bread. But to me, it can smell like pie crust. and the name of it, Village Bakery, intimates that it is something that people can smell that way. Like bread, but also like the other baked goods crusts. So if you add that plus these more appley, sweet baked good fragrances, you really get a good apple pie smell. And then I also tried the Poesi Mother Ginger, and I tried that on this shoulder. And this smells, if you use enough of it, if you're not like too ginger with the ginger, it smells like a ginger snap. So as far as my apple pie bubble that I've created, it just adds like a little bit more spice, a little ginger spice, but not that, still not like an Angel Share heavy spice kind of thing. And I also put on Brioche Vanille by Lattafa. And that's just giving me, I think I can sometimes smell it. And it smells like what it says. It smells like vanilla with some breadiness. I think that one, this one might have like a little bit of fir tree or something interesting in it as well. That adds another layer of cozy. Let me see if I saved it. Balsam fir. Yeah. Yeah, so I can kind of smell that, but it also has that background Lattafa smell that I just don't do well with. So I think I'm going to let it sit a little bit longer because I think it has potential. Other things I forgot. I put a little bit of this Lush Vanillary Solid perfume on my shoulder today because it was hiding in my package from Lush that had all the Hanukkah stuff, and I'd forgotten that I'd got it, and I was emptying the popcorn packaging from that box, and this came out, and so I put it on my shoulder. And it smelled really jasmine-y, like not a very rich vanilla. It says it's a sensual vanilla perfume with saucy notes of jasmine and tonka. Yeah, so I smell like a little bit of vanilla sweetness, and not much tonka and lots of jasmine, the saucy jasmine notes. I think the jasmine's just a little too bright for me. And the vanilla is a little not depthful enough for me, or rich enough. But it warmed up with my body and became a smell, not that because I kind of disliked the original smell, and then as it warmed up, I don't dislike it. It's just kind of smells barely there and not that interesting. But I know that there must be some people that are like, yes, this is perfect. And I like the solid perfume idea, so you're not having to spray it into the air. And it's like a moisturizing. Yeah, it smells very perfumey. And then along with all these things that I'm using to smell like an apple pie, this actually does have an oddly bread-like smell that kind of added to my apple pie crust layer. And I also realized that I forgot to bring this one up when I was talking about the lemon dessert fragrances that are devotion-like, loyal to you, Bath and Body Works. I got this secondhand from someone, but it's a really quite bright, cleaner-like, cleanser-like, detergent-y lemon at first, but as that dries down, it becomes quite devotion-like. So when I first sprayed it, I was like, oh, I regret getting this. But once it totally dries down, like after an hour or so, it smells really good. Hi, Cozy Adventures. I just wanted to add one more little short to my longer video of shorts strung together this week. which is a couple more Lush products and one more commodity product. The Lush products are Snow Fairy body conditioner. It's to moisturize after the shower, and Yog Nog body spray. And the Yog Nog I wore all day. I wore it another day too with a couple other fragrances, but today it was just Yog Nog. And I would say it definitely lasts 4 hours. I think now there might be little remnants if you really sniff and it's been maybe almost 6.5 hours, but 4 hours at least it lasts on me. And it smells to me like eggnog at the beginning. Like I get sort of a lactonic, creamy, sweet, nutmeggy, boozy smell. And I don't know if it's psychological because it's called Yog Nog, because it doesn't actually say those things in the description in the notes. It talks about biscuity butterscotch and clove bud and ylang ylang. And later on in the dry down, it does smell more like that to me. Like when I move around, the wafts I get smell like a spiced cookie, and I like that. In the dry down, I can't remember if it's the very beginning. I think at the very beginning, I really like the first blast of it because it really smells eggnoggy to me. But then it sours a little bit on my skin. So I saw someone mention it being yogurty, and it's one of those to me too that when I sniff close, I smell a little bit of soured lactonic smell that I don't like so much. So I probably wouldn't get it again, but I never smell that smell in the air. So when I smell wafts of it, it just smells yummy, spiced cookie to me. So that's Yog Nog. And Snow Fairy is a cotton candy, berries, like super intense, bright kind of smell. Very sweet. And I like it. I also wouldn't get it again, but it's fun. It's fun and bright and sparkly feeling. And when it starts fading off and gets a little bit less strong, I like it less because I don't really like that sort of fruity body spray smell that it could get into, but I think it's so over the top sweet and bright that it doesn't quite get there. And then Commodity Book, I tried the plus strength of it, and it gives me a little bit of sandalwood pickly smell. So Commodity Expressive Book is the one that I love. And I'll see you next week. I don't know, it's only a few people that'll watch these really long weekly videos of all my shorts strung together, but if you happen to be watching, I will see you next week, which will probably be in a couple days, in a different shirt. Going deeper into my angel share schmoops and inspired different and related, like various warm, spicy, boozy, some not boozy, but most of them boozy holiday fragrances.